Hi everybody, today I am taking a look at the Laurel Denise all-in-one planner. Now, this planner has been requested so many times. I ordered it in September. Unfortunately, because of all of the shipping delays and everything else, it didn't show up until mid-December. So that's why this review is coming so late, and more unfortunately, it's already sold out for the year. I'm hoping, though, that by giving you this review, it'll let you know if next year this is a planner you want to get, because it took so long to get here, you guys. And I'm not hating. I recognize that there's a lot of shipping delays right now. It's just a bummer, because I know some of you are really looking forward to this planner, but we're worried about buying it. Anyway, let's get into it. I'll tell you a little bit about it. We'll flip through it, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. It's 50 bucks. This is 11.5 inches wide by 9 inches high. So this is a landscape orientation planner rather than a vertical orientation planner. That is something that you don't see a lot of, and it can be interesting. For me, sometimes it takes up too much room on my desk in the way I'm used to things, but if the planner is cool enough, it might be something I'll consider. When it's open flat, it's 23 inches wide. So I am not going to be showing you that in its entirety. I don't think I don't have a wide enough angle lens for that, but we will be taking a look at it the best that we can. The tab pages are 120 pounds, and the rest of the pages are 80 pounds. The cover is 1/8 inch thick. It is a nice heavy chipboard cover, and like I said, it's $50. There are two different covers. There was a green one this year and this painted one. I got the painted one. I don't know why. I picked one, right? So it has wire O binding. It's a fairly skinny little planner, but I think it does have one of the more interesting layouts. So let's open it up and take a look. Inside, you have a pocket, and it's a nice big pocket. A little bit awkward, I think, to use because it is so big, but it will hold quite a bit. Then you have a "You Are Loved." It's like a page marker. It's a very kind of thin frosted laminate with gold foiling on it. It says "You Are Loved," and it has inches on it up to 8 inches with a little heart down in the corner. And it can snap onto the wire O binding to mark your place, oh hi mark. Weekly and monthly views, special content approved by Laurel Denise. I believe she's like a jewelry maker or something coming out with a planner. And this is "This book belongs to. If found, please contact." Then you open it here, and what you have is the whole year at a glance. It's a Monday start, and you have every single month of 2022 with a little things to remember section with some lines, and then a blank section underneath. So this whole spread is the full year. You have your nice thick 120-pound cardstock tab with your calendar on it. So this is your month. Again, it's a Monday start. It does have holidays on it. Looks like it's got Australia, Canada, US holidays thus far. At the top, it has a 1. The tab is not laminated. It's just cut out of the same cardstock. There's a 1, the month January, the year 2022, with the February in the corner. You have space here for 5 daily habits to color in with bubbles. And then you have the whole year. The weekend shares a box, which bums me out. And then my birthday, of course, shares a box. Also bums me out. So on the monthly calendar right here, you get half the space for the weekends, but it looks like when you have your weekly situation, every day gets the same amount of stuff. So before I get to this weekly interesting situation, I'll add that on the second half, you get bullet journaling type, like dot grid space with a blank to do this month. The dot grid measures 5 millimeters, and everything in here is either light or dark gray. The most interesting aspect of this calendar is this weekly spread. So on the one side, you have the dates, December 27th through January 2nd, Monday start, and it's a horizontal layout. You have the whole week. No holidays written on it. And then on the other side, it says to do today, again, the whole week horizontal, and then a this week little spot to make you like your weekly to-do list. So while you're in this, you have your weekly section that you're looking at, but you can also look at your monthly to-do list at the same time, which I think is very neat. The weirdest thing, it's not weird, but the biggest bummer about this is much like if you use lots of stickers, there's a bump because you have all of these shorter pages here and then piling up with the larger pages. So you have every single week, which is just this little section, and I think this is so cool that you can flip through and you see your week at a glance, but you also get your monthly stuff visible at the same time. Then we go into the next month, and it just continues on the same way. Then when you get to the end, you have another full spread of 2023, just like you had in the front. And then you get a handful of dot grid pages in the back of the planner, bit of copyright information, then another pocket, and then here's the back cover. I will note that with the holidays, there's a lot of different holidays. There's Muslim holidays, there's Jewish holidays in here, and then there's, it looks like US, Canada, and Australia holidays. So before I get into my thoughts on the planner, let's take a second and pen test. So for my pen test, I have my usual pens. I have a Pentel Energel Klena gel pen. I have a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen fine liner in fine. I have a Tombow dual brush marker, a Zig clean color dot pen, and a Zebra mild liner. All right, so first I'm going to note that this paper is not bright white. It does have a slight gray cast to it. The second thing I'll note is that the inkier markers, especially the mild liner, did not dry right away. The paper is smooth. It's not like buttery smooth. It does not have much of a tooth to it, which might be why the markers took a few seconds to dry. Now, when we look at this, there's a tiny amount of shadowing with the Tombow pen, and then the Zig pen, the harder press of the Zig pen is a little bit, it's not bleeding through, but it's very close to bleeding through. There's very little ridging with the gel pen and no ridging with the fine liner and no shadowing with either, so the paper quality is decent. The biggest issue to me is just that it's not bright white and the dry time on it. So overall, my thoughts. I think this is a fascinating planner. This is very different than a lot of the planners I've looked at. I could see this being a great planner for like some sort of an office or whatever. This could be a really good planner for content planning, potentially. My biggest issues with it is the weekends not getting a full day each on the monthly. That would keep me from content planning in it because I do lives on Sundays. Plus, if you're going to do any sort of stickering, there's already the bump happening with the shorter pages in the middle. If you're going to sticker on this, then the bump might get even more pronounced. But I'll say that like there's not a lot of space for stickering if that's what you're used to in a planner. The other thing is that to really take advantage of this layout, you need to leave it open at all times. Not everybody has the desk space for that. Like for me, another thing that would keep me from using this on the regular is that like I'd have to keep it kind of flipped like this, and that covers up half your week in either sense, and you don't get the full monthly situation, which is one of the highlights of this planner. So you'd really want to have space to leave it open in order to really get the full usage of like the uniqueness of this planner. And that's just not, I have space, but it's not space I want to allocate towards that. It's well made. My biggest issues, other than how big it is when you have the whole thing open, it mainly came from how long it took to ship to me, which I recognize some of it was out of their control, but it did get here before the start of the year, so if I wasn't reviewing it, I'd probably be just fine with when I got it. I can only imagine how long this might have taken, though, if you live out of the United States, because that's where it was shipping from. Anyway, I think it's a really beautiful planner, though. It's interesting. I will be giving this planner away as part of my Vlogmas giveaways, so stay tuned for that. It's not on the schedule because I didn't know when I would get it, but just keep an eye out for where and when I will be giving it away. It'll either be on Instagram at Llama Letters or on the YouTube community tab. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below any of your thoughts on this planner because it is very interesting to me. It's a very interesting planner, and I could see how it could work really well in some situations. It's just not something I could see like it's specific situations. So I'd love to hear what you think of this and any planners you'd like me to take a look at in the new year. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, peace.